And so we're back from the brief intermission, and basically that's what I wanted to touch on, the Roman Empire, and show you. And we always, every so often, we'll go back and we'll cover, the Roman Empire to prove to you that, the United States is part of the Roman Empire. Because like I said earlier, the members of NATO and the members of EU are basically the same. They're part of the same organization. But the U.S. is a part of NATO, which connects them to the EU. So if they're all one body, because when they go to war under one body. They go under the UN. The UN is a part of that too. That's why they call themselves. Sometimes they go under the name of UN forces. Sometimes they fight under the name of NATO, which you have members of the EU, members of NATO, and the United States, which is a member of NATO. So that's the vastness of the revised Roman Empire. So if you can't see that this is the Roman Empire, the last leg of the Roman Empire, and that the last leg of the Roman Empire was going to have control over the whole planet Earth, then you don't understand what the hell's going on. Okay? So now, you got anything? No. All right, now I want to deal with these tribes. And these are the last tribes that the last four tribes we didn't deal with. The tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Simeon, the tribe of Levi, and the tribe of Manasseh. Now, when we break down Simeon and Levi, it's pretty much they're pretty much the same, because it tells you that they lived on the same island. So the two tribes pretty much run into each other. And Manasseh, pretty much those prophecies fit Ephraim, because Manasseh was the older brother to Ephraim, but Ephraim became the greater. All right? So we want to start with the tribe of Benjamin. The tribe of Benjamin, let's go to Genesis, the 49th chapter, and I believe that's the 27th verse.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 27. Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil.
Read that again.
Benjamin shall raven as a wolf.
Now, what you're going to have to do is look up the word raven. And I believe you got to go, because if you got to look hard enough at the word raven, because raven will say one thing and won't give you the full definition. If you look up the word raven, I believe it's under the Webster's Dictionary. You go to that and see what it says. Yeah. Because what you're going to find out, the word raven means to tear, like a wolf. When they catch their prey, they tear the prey apart. But it also means utterance. So in this case, with Benjamin raven as a wolf, meaning he's going to utter by song, by poetry, by speech, that Babylon, which is America, must fall. And back now they doing all this booty shaking bullshit like Judah up here in the States. But years ago, it seemed like every song was about the downfall of Babylon. Babylon must fall. All right. This guy, what's his name? Benjamin Decker. Who wrote that song? The Israelites. Desmond Decker. Desmond Decker. Back in the 60s, he wrote this song called the Israelites, right? And then that kind of set a trend of them speaking about that they're the tribes of Israel. They spoke about the conquering line of the tribe of Judah, but they equated the conquering line of the tribe of Judah to Haile Selassie, which he's not of our people. He's going into slavery, all right? But most of those songs is about Babylon must fall, all right? Fire must hit Babylon and so forth. There's several songs on that, man. All right? You got it out?
I tried going to Webster's and wouldn't let me go there. So
Okay.
These are the definitions it has for raven. Now I put raven spelt pursuant to Genesis 49:27. Raven spelled Ravin, and I put it in dictionary.com because I went to Webster's and nothing wouldn't come up. Now this is what it says. It says to seek, plunder, or prey, to eat or feed voraciously or greedily, to raven like an animal, to have a ravenous appetite, to seize as spoil or prey, to devour voraciously, rapine, robbery, plunder, or prey. Pretty much the same thing. Now we know it also means to utter, so I'm going to keep looking and.
Right, because at one like the elder Tara was saying, at one time, you had the tribe of Benjamin, and that's all the songs they used to make. The majority of the songs, should I say, they used to make about Babylon being destroyed and falling down. They knew that America was Babylon. That's why the scriptures call Benjamin, and the name Benjamin comes from the Hebrew word Banyamyan, which the word Banyamyan, the word Bun means son, and Yum means right, son of the right. Why? Because of the fact that the name that they had, basically out of all the tribes, they were really one of the tribes that really brought out like these songs and always quoting scriptures in their songs. Like Judah, they'll make songs and stuff like that in the gospel and all that. But Benjamin's main theme back then, especially when they used to make songs, was making songs about the Most High, songs about the destruction of America, songs about Psalms, different Psalms in the Bible. They used to make songs about that, So that was a part of the prophecy of their name, which goes back to a term that Elder Gabar likes to use a lot called nomen omen, which is a name prediction. So by Benjamin being called Banyamyan, or son of the right, you could see in the actions, or at least in the songs that they brought out, that they were close to the Most High. But just like all the other tribes, all the tribes went off. We were all close to the Most High, but at one point or the other, we all went off. So that's what the name Benjamin means. And then when it says that they shall raven like a wolf, meaning they're gonna get together like in packs, and they're gonna be chanting songs against America, which is known as Babylon the Great. That's why you always see, like even in that movie Marked for Death, when Steven Seagal went to go see Screwface, and then Screwface was disappearing through the corridors, and in the background on the wall there was like some graffiti written up there, some cheesy graffiti, but it said Babylon gonna fall. In other words, Babylon is gonna fall. Why? Because they always that was one of their major mottos. So that's being that that's one of their major mottos. That's what they sang as they were ravening as wolves, true to the prophecy that was written of them, in the book of Genesis, the 49th chapter. Because you have to remember that the things that were written in Genesis, the 49th chapter, they weren't written about during the time when Israel took over the land of Canaan from the Canaanites. Because these prophecies didn't happen back then. These were future prophecies that even the tribes, when Jacob was speaking to the tribes, they didn't understand what he meant by those things, because he was speaking in the spirit. He was speaking in the spirit about future prophecies that were going to take part in this time. Yeah.
Yeah, I just remembered, I think it was back in the 70s, you had this group named Steel